today's lesson. We are still in marketing, international marketing. Now we will look into the ways, the modes of entry that organizations use to enter new markets. There is not only one way to enter a new market. There are various ways to enter the new markets. Okay. So what are the modes of entry? We are going to start with the modes of entry, starting with the lowest extent to how much global. It is to the highest. يعني in indirect exporting, you will only export your product. Okay, you will not open an office, you will not hire people in the other country, you will not have a presence, but you will export your product through who? Intermediaries. We call them intermediaries. Okay, so this is all you need to do. So this is the lowest extent of being global. Just send your product to being and have it sold somewhere else in a different country. So this is called indirect exporting. The second is called direct exporting. So now you hire people to export your product. So you have a full department for exporting your product. Your company itself is exporting the product. This is why this time it's direct exporting. Is where an organization exports its offerings itself and manages contracts in its international markets. Okay, so you are doing it yourself. Okay, of course, through your employees.
Like, if you have an office, the shop.
You are still in your local market, but you are exporting your product yourself. The indirect exporting, you are hiring a company that is expert in exporting products, and you are asking this company to export your product. Okay, this is the difference between indirect and direct. Now you have a joint venture. Have you heard about this term before? Joint venture? Great. When two companies join together, they put their resources, their capabilities, and their competencies together to form a new company. Okay, so for example, one company makes software, another company makes the computer, they come together, they form a joint venture, and one company puts the hardware, another company puts the software, you have a joint venture here. They need each other's resources. The alliance, strategic alliance, is also similar to joint ventures. You will ask me, how are they different? What differs them are the terms that are mentioned in the contract. Okay, so it's a cooperation between two or more industrial corporations belonging to different countries. So here we have organizations from different countries coming together, forming what we call a strategic alliance. Okay, تحالف strategy. Also, they need each other's resources, each other's competencies to create something new. Even global strategic partnership, all of these are partnerships. Okay, what differs them, these are different terms for the same thing basically. Okay, but what differs them is what contract do you have with the other company. This is more important than what it is called. What terms you have on the contract when you sign the contract with the other company. Okay, so global strategic partnerships are also similar. Now, licensing, notice that when you buy a software, you need a license to use the software. Okay, when you buy a t-shirt that has a Disney character, whoever has printed this t-shirt needs a license from Disney before printing the t-shirt. Okay, so it's licensed by Disney. This is what licensing is. All right. Franchising. What is franchising? Yeah, it's a type of license as well. It's a license to use a full business model. Okay, so somebody has done a business plan, a business model, it came out to be successful. You, if you are an investor, you come and buy the full system as it is. This is what a franchise is. Okay, so you buy the system. Of course, the franchise has so many different rules and again, contracts that you have to abide by the contract. There are different types of franchising. And you pay royalty fees for the franchisee, okay, and so on. So, but Burger King and McDonald's are franchises. Contract manufacturing. Zara. Do you know that Zara doesn't own any factories? Zara doesn't own factories. They don't have their own. What they do is contract manufacturing. They have designers that make the design, the colors, they pick the fabric and so on. And they ask factories in China mainly, or in Turkey, or in Spain as well. So if you have Zara garments, look at the back, Vietnam as well. It will be made in one of these countries. So they have contracts with factories that are already available, already there, and they ask them to produce their clothing according to the design. Okay, so they make a contract to manufacture the Zara clothing, and this is what contract manufacturing is. Management contracting, also, it's similar. You are contracting someone else. You are contracting another company to manage your business, like a mall. A mall needs management. A hotel needs management. So you can make a contract with a specialty company whose job is to manage properties or buildings or hotels or malls or whatever to manage your business. Now, the highest amount of involvement is called direct investment. And we talked about a similar concept in our first lesson when we talked about FDIs, okay? Foreign direct investments. This is also direct investment when we gave the example of Coca-Cola, who wants to open a factory in Saudi Arabia. Okay, so they send a lot of resources, machineries, and money to be spent in Saudi Arabia to have the factory and all the offices required to do business in Saudi Arabia. This is the highest form of globalization where you have a full presence in the country. Any questions? Okay, so now we come to a part that is extremely important. This is very important for your TMA because your TMA has a 20 marks question that is asking you about standardization and customization of products. Okay, the TMA will be uploaded very soon to the LMS, so you have enough time, inshallah, from now till week 11 to form your groups and do your TMA in groups. Okay, but for now, you need to understand this part extremely well. It's about the customization of products in between countries. Okay, and the concept is pretty simple. You just have to think about it and watch the products and brands around you, those global brands that we buy from all the time and we are dealing with all the time. So we have this company that created this product, and the product turned out to be very successful in the local market. Okay, now, second step is to expand to other countries and to use this same successful product for other countries. Okay, now the question here is how much of my initial product should I change? Should I customize to make it good enough to be accepted by the new consumers that are in the new market? Okay, should I keep my product offering as it is, or should I make some changes to make it more suitable to this other market that I am targeting? All right, so we have many global organizations around the world, and in your TMA, you will be choosing a global company. It could be Zara, it could be McDonald's, it could be Tesla, Toyota, it could be Apple, Sephora, anything, any global organization of your choice, okay? And you need to think about what does this company makes different in terms of its offering when it comes to its original country versus the global countries that it's after. Okay, how much changes does it make in terms of its offering? Okay, so when I say product offering, what do I mean? What does product offering mean? Is it only products? No, it consists of what? The marketing mix. So we are speaking about the product, the price, the place, and the promotion. Okay. So here, in order to answer this question very well, you need to think about what difference does it make in the product, what difference does it make in the price, place, and promotion. It's not enough only to say, we changed the language of the phone, so we made it appealing to the customers in Saudi Arabia. This is not enough. Well, what about the price? What about the place? What about the promotion? You have to mention all four, okay? And remember that the four should be in line with who the consumers are, okay? Yani any change that the company makes should be justified by the consumers themselves, the target segment, okay? This is the link between target segments and product offering, okay? So, different segments, customer groups that have similar needs have differing characteristics, and the same applies when serving international markets. They cannot be treated as having identical needs and preferences. They should be treated as having different needs and preferences, okay? McDonald's serves a different taste of burger here in the Gulf area. They use different spices, okay? They use also different spices in India, for example, where a stronger taste is required because the Indians are used to very strong peppers and curries and things like that, okay? In India, some vegetable patty is being made because a lot of Indians don't eat beef, okay? Just like people in the Middle East wouldn't eat pork, okay? So we need to understand those differences and make the right adjustments into the product, okay? So first is the product. Second is the price. We need to understand how much my target market is willing to pay for the price should be within the range of the ability. It should be within the ability of the people that I am targeting. Okay, so that's the second P of the marketing mix. The third P is what? The place. Okay, so if a product is being sold online in the United States, it doesn't mean that you should sell your product online in Venezuela, for example. You need to search, you need to study what is the best way to, what is the best place to sell your product to your customers in Venezuela. Maybe another way might be more suitable for them to buy your product. Maybe in malls, maybe through kiosks and on the street. I don't know. Okay, so the place, meaning the convenient place where your customers find the product, could be different from one location to another. Okay. The last one is what? The promotion. Okay. The promotion will be different. The ads that you are going to make, دعايات, right? The ads and the way of communication will be different because it's so much related to the culture and to how people recept and understand your message. Okay? A joke that is funny in the United States might not be funny at all in Saudi Arabia. Right? So, and a lot of ads are based on jokes and are based on, you know, some slogan words and some sentences that people are used to in their own culture. Okay? Even between Arab worlds, you cannot have the same ads. It's hard to have the same ad if you are tackling the culture. Some slang words and يعني اللهجة will be different. Okay, the accent will be different between other countries, and you will need to adjust that in order to grab the attention and make the person feel like they belong to this ad and it's grabbing their attention and they want to buy your product. Okay, because part of selling your product is making the consumer having this feeling of belonging to the product. All right. So all of these are extremely important. I have mentioned all the points. Okay. The cost, the distribution networks. Okay. Also, you need to understand if you are selling your product in the premium segment, this is the most expensive segment, or the middle market segment, which is for middle class people, or the low end segment, okay, where customers only able to pay for the basic products at a low price. Okay, so you need to understand who you are targeting, the very rich or the middle class or the poor, depending on who you are targeting. Of course, globalization has difficulties to compete against local companies in the low-end segment. Why? Because the low-end segment understands the customers so much and how much they are willing to pay and what they need. So usually, الأحياء الشعبية يعني those places, you find more of local brands. You find more than a global brand because the global brands find it more difficult to compete on the low-end segment, whereas it's easier for them to compete on the middle class and the rich, the high-end segments. All right, any questions?